Imagine for a moment if someone told you that the moon was hollow. What would you think? It sounds like something from a science fiction movie, right? Well, what if I told you that there's more to our closest celestial neighbor than meets the eye, and that scientists have discovered some very interesting evidence that suggests the moon could be hollow inside? Would you believe me? As we all know, the moon has been a source of fascination for humans for thousands of years. It has inspired poets, artists, and scientists alike. We have studied it for centuries, trying to understand its origins and its role in our solar system. But despite all our advancements in technology and our understanding of the universe, there are still so many mysteries surrounding the moon that we have yet to solve. One of the most intriguing theories about the moon is the idea that it is hollow. This may sound like a far-fetched conspiracy theory, but there are actually some very compelling pieces of evidence that suggest it could be true. In this video, I will delve into the evidence that has shocked scientists and the public alike, and explore the possibility that the moon could be hiding something big. Now, let's dive in. The idea that the moon is hollow is not a new one. It has been around for centuries. One of the first people to propose this theory was the Greek philosopher Plato, who suggested that the moon was a celestial sphere with a cavity inside of it. However, it wasn't until the 20th century that scientists began to take this theory seriously. In the early 1900s, a scientist named John A. Keefe developed a theory that the moon was formed when the Earth was struck by a Mars-sized planet. He proposed that the impact created a large crater on the Earth's surface, which then became filled with molten rock. As the rock cooled, it formed a layer of solid material on the surface of the Earth, and the rest remained liquid. Over time, this liquid material solidified and formed the moon. While this theory was revolutionary at the time, it was not widely accepted by the scientific community. Most scientists believed that the moon had formed in a more traditional way through the accretion of dust and gas. However, in the 1970s, NASA's Apollo missions to the moon provided some new evidence that supported Keefe's theory. During the Apollo 11 mission in 1969, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first humans to set foot on the moon. They collected several samples of lunar rock and soil, which were then analyzed by scientists back on Earth. The analysis revealed that the moon's core was surprisingly small, which suggested that it had been hollowed out at some point in its history. One of the most famous pieces of evidence for the hollow moon theory is the fact that seismic activity on the moon is extremely low. When the Apollo astronauts were on the moon, they set up seismometers to measure any vibrations on the planet's surface. These seismometers were designed to detect earthquakes, which are caused by the sudden release of energy in the Earth's crust. However, despite being on the moon for several days, the astronauts only recorded a few minor tremors. This was surprising because the Earth is much more seismically active than the moon. In fact, there are about 100,000 earthquakes on the Earth every year, most of them occurring along the Pacific Ring of Fire. On the moon, however, scientists have only recorded about 40 earthquakes in total. This suggests that the moon's interior is not as active as the Earth's and that it may be hollow. Another piece of evidence for the hollow moon theory comes from the fact that the moon's gravity is much weaker than expected. According to Newtonian physics, the mass of an object determines its gravitational pull. The Earth is much more massive than the moon, but the moon's gravity is still significant. In fact, astronauts on the moon were able to jump much higher than they could on Earth. This suggests that the moon's gravity was weaker than expected based on its mass. One possible explanation for this is that the moon is hollow and that its mass is not evenly distributed throughout its interior. But perhaps the most compelling evidence for the hollow moon theory comes from the fact that the moon has a number of mysterious anomalies that cannot be explained by conventional science. One of these anomalies is the fact that the moon has a number of strange structures that resemble buildings, towers, and even roads. These structures are not natural formations, and their origin is unknown. Another anomaly is the fact that the moon has a number of bright spots that are not craters or reflections of sunlight. These spots are much larger than meteorites and do not resemble any known geological formations on the moon. Finally, there are the mysterious radio signals that have been detected coming from the moon. These signals are not from terrestrial sources, and their origin is unknown. All of these anomalies have led to speculation that the moon could be hiding something big, and some have even suggested that these features could be the result of ancient alien activity. To better understand these strange occurrences, let's start with the buildings. Some claim that these are not natural rock formations, but instead evidence of a highly advanced civilization that once lived on the moon. This might sound like a far-fetched theory, but consider the fact that the moon has been the subject of many UFO sightings over the years. Could it be possible that aliens once inhabited the moon and left behind these mysterious structures before disappearing? Then there are the bright spots. Some astronomers believe that these spots are not just random occurrences, but are instead the result of a highly advanced technology that was used to mine the moon's surface. In fact, one astronomer even claimed that the bright spots were the result of nuclear explosions that occurred during the Cold War era. This theory is supported by the fact that many of the bright spots were discovered in the 1960s and 70s when nuclear testing was at its peak. And let's not forget about those mysterious radio signals. Some experts believe that these signals are not just random occurrences, but are instead a form of communication from the moon's core. This might sound like a crazy theory, but remember that the moon is not just a lifeless rock floating in space. It has a core that is full of mysterious energy. In fact, some believe that the moon's core is the source of all seismic activity on the moon, including those mysterious earthquakes that I mentioned earlier. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Am I really supposed to believe that the moon is hiding a secret core that is communicating with aliens? Well, maybe, maybe not. The truth is that we simply don't have enough evidence to say for sure. But what we do know is that there is much more to the moon than meets the eye. The idea that the moon could be hollow or hiding a secret core has captured the imaginations of scientists and conspiracy theorists alike. Some believe that the moon was created by an ancient civilization that existed before the dawn of humanity. Others believe that the moon is a highly advanced spaceship that is being used to monitor human activity on Earth. And still others believe that the moon is a portal to another dimension or even another planet. While these theories may seem outlandish, they are not entirely without merit. After all, we have only explored a tiny fraction of the moon's surface and know very little about what lies beneath its mysterious surface. There have even been claims that the moon could have a liquid core that is full of valuable resources, such as gold and platinum. If this is true, then the moon could be a highly valuable resource for humanity and a potential target for future mining operations. However, there is also the possibility that the moon could be hiding something more sinister. Some believe that the moon is home to a highly advanced alien race that is monitoring human activity and waiting for the perfect moment to make contact. Others believe that the moon is a highly advanced weapon that is being used by a secret government agency to control the weather or even manipulate human minds. So what do you think? Is the moon really hollow, or is there something else going on here? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In conclusion, the moon has fascinated humans for centuries and for good reason. It is a celestial body that is full of mysteries and surprises. From its mysterious anomalies to its possible hollow interior, the moon is a planet that continues to baffle scientists and experts alike. While there is still much that we don't know about the moon, one thing is for sure: it is a planet that is full of wonder and possibility. Whether it is hiding a secret core, valuable resources, or something else entirely, the moon is a planet that is worth exploring further. Who knows what other secrets it might be hiding? Thank you for joining me on this journey of discovery as we explore the mysteries of the moon. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button for more videos. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an update on our latest findings. Until next time, keep looking up and keep asking questions. The universe is full of wonders, and it's up to us to discover them. And now it's time for you to tell me what you think. Are you convinced that the moon is hollow, or do you think there's something else going on here? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Until next time, keep looking up and keep asking questions. The universe is full of wonders, and it's up to us to discover them. Thanks for watching.